Hi everyone, I am Anjali Srikumar and I am a junior software programmer at Bridge Global. And today I am going to take a session on Introduction to CoreML. And let's move on to the session. Today I am going to take a session on Introduction to CoreML, or basically building smart apps with CoreML and introduction. We live in an exciting time where machine learning has transformed how we interact with the world and the devices. Apple's CoreML is Apple's CoreML brings the power of machine learning right onto our fingertips through our devices, and we can make complex machine learning models run directly onto our devices. What exactly is CoreML? Um, CoreML is a machine learning framework that was introduced by Apple, which allows developers to run complex machine learning models that are pre-trained directly onto their devices. So it uh, it avoids the need for a remote server or cloud infrastructure, and we can run complex models directly into our devices, which further enhances the security as the user's data doesn't even need to go out of their device, and it improves the performance as well. And Caramel is optimized for performance, taking advantage of the Apple's neural engine, GPU and CPU to deliver fast and efficient machine learning experience without compromising users' privacy or requiring an internet connection. So, in this session, I am going to talk about how Caramel works, and I am going to discuss the real-time applications that are becoming very integral to our daily life. I am also going to talk about how Apple has simplified CoreML, and Apple has simplified integrating advanced features onto our devices directly. Uh, a model is a result of applying a machine learning algorithm to a set of training data. You can use a model to make predictions based on new input data. Models can accomplish a wide variety of tasks that would be difficult or impractical to write in code. For example, you can train a model to categorize pictures or detect specific objects within a photo directly from its pixel. These are some of the features of CoreML. It can run fully on device, meaning Core models can run strictly on the user device and remove any need for a network connection, keeping the user's data private. And it can convert complicated models to CoreML. Models from libraries like TensorFlow or PyTorch can be converted to CoreML using CoreML tools more easily than ever before. It can run advanced machine learning and AI models. CoreML supports generative AI models with advanced model compression support, stateful model, and efficient execution of transformer model operations, low latency, and near real time results. You don't need to make an API network API call by sending the data and then waiting for the response. This can be critical for applications such as video processing of successive frames from the on device camera. These are some of the use cases of CoreML. You guys must be familiar with the Photos app in iOS. CoreML powers the Photos app. It can identify objects or faces in the frame automatically. It also allows AR applications to detect and classify objects in real time. It can understand speech for applications like Siri, and it can analyze customer feedback to gauge public statement. It can also convert speech to text in applications like dictation. It can analyze health data in real time from wearables. Can make personalized suggestions in streaming apps like Apple Music or Netflix. I'm going to demonstrate the basic working of CoreML with an example. Before that, um, this is the machine learning website of Apple. Here you can find a lot of features and a lot of other functionalities that Apple offers. You can also find detailed documentation of CoreML in this website and many other useful things. If you guys want to check this out, this is that page. So I'm going to show you the application that I have made for demonstration purposes. Um, so This is basically an application that detects the dominant objects in an image. So if I pass an image onto this application, it will tell me what kind of objects are dominant in that picture. So here I have two options. Either I can choose a picture from the camera, or I can open my gallery and pick a picture from there. I have integrated a CoreML model onto this project. It's called MobileNet V2. It's available on Apple's website along with many other Apple provided libraries. You can also use third party libraries as well as train your own model and convert it to the CoreML model format and use it directly in Xcode. I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to open the gallery, and I'm going to choose a picture here. I'm going to choose this picture of a fountain or a waterfall, and what my desired output is that the model will analyze the image and give me what kind of objects are dominant in this picture. So I have got this output here. It says that this picture contains 46% 5% 46.5% cliff and 15.5% valley. So the percentage shown here is actually the confidence level. The model is 46.5% confident that this image, the dominant object in this image, contains a cliff, and 15.5% confident that the dominant object in this image contains a valley. I will also show you with another example here. In Like we have seen before, this image, the model predicts that this image contains 25.7% fountain and 21.1% water oozle. So I'm going to show you how this works under the hood. Um, this right here is the model that CoreML model that I have used, and it has the extension of .ml model, which is basically an Xcode friendly extension that encapsulates the actual machine learning model that we are using here. After clicking on this, I can see a lot of information on the screen regarding the model. It is a neural network classifier. It has size of 24.7 MB and its compatibility and lots of other information. Lots of other metadata. You can also have a preview of how this works. You can either drag and drop images, or you can choose the live preview and take picture from the camera. So this is basically the model that I have used for making this app. This page right here takes the image as an input and passes it to this function, make prediction. This class is responsible for all the machine learning part, like analyzing the image, basically making sense of what the image is and giving us predictions. This class is actually responsible for that. The image prediction handler, basically it's the application's way of knowing when the model has finished analyzing the image, and it gives us either the predictions, or it says that it couldn't make any predictions. So the predictions here contains two kinds of data, the classification and the confidence percentage. Classification is what the model thinks that the dominant object in that image is, and confidence percentage is how confident it is in its predictions. The make prediction function here, this is the beginning of the analysis part of the image. The function takes in an input of an image and converts it to a format that is machine learning, that is understood by machine learning models, and then it passes that image to the actual model that we are using here. The image classifier is the brain of the project here, and this basically takes in the image, analyzes and classifies it, and gives us a prediction based on that. We can also see this is the image classifier that I have used, MobileNet V2. It is pre-trained with lot of images, and it can detect basic objects like animals, plants and other items. So the VN request shown here is basically the application makes a request to the model to start analyzing the image that we have given. So the VN request the model like, hey, here is an image. Can you please make a prediction and give me some output? The vision request handler basically handles the output that is given by the machine learning model. It converts it into a user friendly type and displays it onto the screen like we had seen before. And the predictions are mapped into this structure here, which basically contains the confidence percentage and classification. So this is just a basic working of coreml, basic example of how coreml works, but it can be used for much more wide variety of things, from natural language processing to speech recognition, and it opens us endless possibilities to make intuitive and efficient application. So um, the future of Caramel. Since its introduction with iOS 11 in 2017, Caramel has steadily evolved with significant enhancements like Caramel 2, which offers improved accuracy and efficiency. These advancements demonstrate the rapid progress in machine learning, making it more accessible and powerful for developers. Machine learning holds immense potential to revolutionize many aspects of everyday life and mobile devices. As the developer community continues to push the boundaries, we can expect exciting innovations and applications that will further integrate machine learning onto our daily lives, transforming how we interact with the technology for the better. So, do you guys have any questions? I think not. Okay, that's it for my presentation. Thank you, everybody.